let's do our tarot reading and talk about what the cards had to say about this moon and this lunar cycle and everything going on right now. For the past, I pulled 9 of Cups. It's got a beautiful peacock on it. You got 2 cups up there by the moon, crescent moon with a lotus flower, flowers below. Anytime we have cups energy, we're dealing with emotions, we're dealing with our intuition, sensitivities, our creative vortexes, sacral chakra, all of the energy that we're dealing with right now in a Cancer new moon. If there could be a Cancer moon card, I think the 9 of Cups would be pretty relatable. 9 represents the conception portal of humankind, that 9 months in, 9 months out. And it also reminds us of our beauty once we learn to break open and spread our wings. So if you remember in our previous moon, the previous full moon, the cards were all about celebrating and rejoicing in what we had gained and showing gratitude for that. And this is a very similar card. The 9 of Cups wants us to see the pearls that we've acquired out of the tough times. It wants us to be reminded that there's always going to be a beautiful life lesson and an ability to grow and expand on the other side of the toxicity that you're navigating. The peacock can eat poison and not get sick. So this reminds us that we're going to be okay from these things that we're dealing with, and eventually we'll come out on the other side feeling very fruitful, feeling like we're in a much more beautiful, creative, magical life. Present card was the World card, and the World is our last card in the major arcana. It represents endings and beginnings. Definitely a new moon type of card, definitely a new moon in Cancer type of card. This also reminds me of the Vedic astrology of this moon being in that Punarvasu Nakshatra, represented by Jupiter and the mother god Aditi, the mother of the gods. You see this big expanding sun and these fireflies all around and this big bright bumblebee. This is reminding us of the growing sweetness and nectar of life that we're always here to grab. This also makes me think of the Amrita, the actual nectar of the moon that comes down to support our fruitful, magical lives. And these fireflies all around remind us of the glimmers, because Cancer season is a time of triggers. We've been in kind of a triggering time for months now, and it's not going to lighten up anytime soon. But amongst all those triggers you receive, can you also look at the glimmers that come your way? The little magical moments, the little things to be grateful for, the little signs that show you're loved and supported and on the right path. If we pay attention to those, our world is going to be so sweet and fruitful and expanding and abundant and fortunate. But we have to be able to take action towards that frequency, towards embodying a more uplifting perspective. So if you need to, under this new moon, spend time in reflection, be grateful of all that you've gained, look at what you've harvested, and let that be a motivator for you to continue to do your hard work like the bumblebee to continue to create that honey moving forward. Finally, for the future card, I pulled the Strength card, and I like this version from the Guardian of the Night Tarot because it involves a snake and a mouse versus the typical person holding the mouth of a beast or a woman holding the mouth of a lion. We have a mouse who is resisting the urge to run away, resisting fear, and leaning in to being stronger. We also have the snake that is resisting temptation to eat the mouse and is leaning into the cultivation of control and moderation. Strength always reminds us that we have choice to continue down one way or go down a different path, a path that is more harmonious with our heart and our truest spirit. Look at the heart in between the snake and the mouse. Also notice how there's poppies all below. These are flowers that represent peace after war. This snake and this mouse know that if they can stand strong and they can resist their temptations and they can stay in control of their energy, that they will perpetuate peace for humankind moving forward. Every time we work on ourselves to have better harmony, to get rid of the things that are holding us back, every time we lean into the trust that we are magical creative beings, the universe shows up and creates a magical world for us. When we create internal peace, there is external peace, and there is less conflict with those that we had challenges with before. This also reminds me to stay hopeful amongst any conflict or challenges that I may have, because I know if I continue to prioritize peace within myself, that eventually those conflicts will also subside and I can have a more peaceful life overall. That is our reading for tonight, loves. I hope you find relevancy in it. I hope it means something to you underneath this new moon. I hope it provides guidance for this Cancerian lunar cycle.